on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange where our Jim Cramer is going to answer your Twitter questions. Jim, our first question is about a rate hike likely to come in June. Which stocks will be most affected by that?
Okay, let's understand that I don't think it'll come in June because the economy's gotten very tepid. April was a weak month. What you would traditionally buy in this is, because your net interest margin would go up, you buy any bank. A lot of the banks are up huge in the last 10 days, anticipating a June rate boost. If we don't get one, I think those could give it up. On the downside, what you would expect is the industrials to roll over, but the industrials overseas are doing better. So I'm not looking for the big impact that everybody else is. I think 2 to 3% on the downside you buy.
Jim, we've got a question about Delta. What's the sell price for that stock?
You know, I think Delta goes higher, but what do you hear what American Airlines has to say? JetBlue's the only one of those airlines that's doing well. A lot of those were hurt by the strong dollar. We need to see travelers come back. Don't forget, a lot of these guys have overseas operations too. I think the airlines are fine. They're very inexpensive. They're buying back a lot of stock. I would not sell any of them.
Goldman Sachs has been on a tear. We have a question that says, would you keep riding Goldman through their highs? And also this viewer likes your Apple Watch, just FYI.
Oh, thank you. Yes, there we are. I think that both Goldman and Morgan Stanley are doing quite well. Goldman is still a pure play on brokerage, Morgan Stanley on wealth management. I like them both.
What about Gilead? Is it time to buy?
Yes, I think Gilead's really breaking out here. It's kind of extraordinary. Remember, they have a gigantic cash position. We're expecting them to do something imminently. We see what happens every time these drug companies buy another drug company, they go up. I want you to own Gilead.
How about a Halyard Health? Buy, sell, hold?
Jack Moore and I are working on that. He's the research director of ActionAlertsPlus.com. We're a little bummed by the action and by how incommunicado the company really is. Yes, the quarter had a lot of one-times. Yes, the quarter wasn't perfect, but it is in a growth business, and therefore we're going to stick by it.
Jim Cramer, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Remember, send your Twitter questions to Jim at #CramerQ. I'm Rhonda Schaffler for The Street.